Eric, I had to come home at halftime because the wireless was messing with my laptop or vice versa. But were you, I guess, just what were your thoughts on the game? Were you surprised it was so lopsided? I know you flipped some guys back and forth, but usually you see red and white games be a little closer than that.
Yeah, really disappointed with White's defense. I don't know if I've been a part of a game, an inter squad scrimmage where, a team gives up 103 points in a 36-minute game. I mean, 67 to 103 the numbers on White are, pretty much meaningless if you lose the game by that much. And obviously, we made the switch with JD. I wanted him to play with that red group as well as Vance. The good thing is there's a lot of things that we need to clean up. I was really impressed with red. Only 6 turnovers. They scored 103 points. They only have 6 turnovers. Another indictment on the white team not causing any turnovers, not rattling the red. 6 turnovers to 27 points. 6 turnovers to 27 assists. So I was happy with the ball movement with red. Jalen Tate was, phenomenal. 8 assists and 0 turnovers. Just what we want, out of play at that position. I thought JD offensively was really, really good in that second half with, scoring 24 points in 16 minutes. And the best thing about JD in the second half was that he had 5 assists. And then, really good 3-point shooting with both teams, 23 of 54 from 3. But on the flip side, and it's because we're playing, ourselves. I mean, we led the nation in defending the 3 last year. And with so many new guys, they have not picked up the importance of defending the 3 with urgency. So that's going to get cleaned up. We broke out bricks the other day where the guys have to close out holding bricks in their hand. And those things are going to become a heck of a lot more prevalent in our next few practices to get, hands up in the vision of the shooter. Thought Justin Smith played really well. He got his feet set on his 3 ball. Again, the assists I just keep talking about. I thought Justin made some really good, passing plays. And when you have a 3 or 4 man, a guy that plays the 3 and the 4 and has 6 assists like he did, I thought he played the right way. And then, really, really positive with Moses Moody was the 29 minutes and 0 turnovers. Because obviously, historically in the past, we've been a team that's a low turnover team. And we feel like that's a really important, stat for us. And now it's just, now I got to wait on my mom. I'm sure she'll be calling or texting or emailing the player grades any minute. Usually takes her about a half hour for her to get that thing from San Diego to here. That might have been her. It just beeped.
Jason.
Hey, Coach, I know you've wanted to find a guy or two that could maybe replace what Mason and Isaiah did from behind the 3-point line. Is JD one of those guys, based more than just tonight, but what he's shown so far in workouts with you guys? And is there anybody else besides him that could fill those roles?
Well, I think for sure, JD is a guy that can score in bunches. And I think you saw that. Like, I thought he started the game off way too impatient, 1 of 5 from the field, bad shot selection. And then I think as the flow of the game, and after we told him, hey, let the game come to you, play some defense, he's got to get better defensively. He's got to play with more of a sense of urgency at all times. But yeah, certainly JD is a guy that can go get his own shot whenever he wants. He's got a really good step back 3s. He's really good going to the basket and drawing free throws. He might be a guy that maybe comes off the bench. I don't know, and supplies his points that way. We're still trying to, to figure that out. And Moses is a guy that we're definitely going to run plays for. We did a segment yesterday for about 45 to 47 minutes where we came out of huddles and said, all right, 12 seconds down 2, 14 seconds down 3. And then we ran specific plays. and specific actions. And I thought Moses, converted at the highest, when we went back and charted it, he was the guy that converted at the highest rate, at least off that one day. And then I thought you saw to start tonight, Moses had really good shot selection, and we did run some plays for him early in that first quarter tonight.
Dudley.
Just those four freshmen who are so highly touted, how have they come in and adapted to college basketball? Obviously, it's going to be tough, but do you see them, focusing in each day?
Yeah, I mean, I think that, just like, any freshman, whether it's here or anywhere else in the country, they're going to have good days and days where they struggle and days that it's kind of in between. It's interesting because you can't just go off one 36-minute segment because, Jalen Williams has really done a great job for most of our training camp segment. Maybe didn't play as well tonight as he has in practice. And KK probably played better tonight than he has in practice. And then with Devo, like he's a really, really good rebounder. He's really good in transition, but we've got it. And I thought he moved the ball tonight, but with all the freshmen, we want to lower the turnovers. We want them just to find a niche. I think that's the big thing is how do you find a role, to contribute. And then that role expands once there's confidence amongst your teammates. And look, Moses, he's solidified himself as far as where he's going to be in the rotation and how we're going to utilize him. And then I think we're still trying to figure out other pieces to this puzzle and how it all kind of works out.
Hutch.
Yeah, Eric, Justin was 3 for 3 tonight from beyond the arc. You kind of touched on it earlier, but he didn't shoot a ton of threes at Indiana. Is that something you kind of expected him to add to his game this year?
Well, I think that he's working at it, and he's had days in practice where he shot it well, and he's had days where he's really struggled from there. But I think as a coach, what you want to do is you want to give a player the freedom. If his feet are set, it's a good shot. And obviously tonight, he didn't take a lot of threes, but he made all three of them. His feet were set. They were not forced shots. And I think you saw that with Adrio Bailey last year. Adrio I think he had only made like 1 3 or something. And he made enough to keep the defense honest last year. And it was because we encouraged him to shoot the three. We gave him the freedom when he thought he was open and could make a shot. And certainly with Justin, he's so good in transition. He's so good around the rim that when we recruited him, that was one of the things that we talked about is putting the ball in his hands. And that's also why he had 6 assists tonight, because we need him to make plays for us. Some nights he's going to hit threes like he did tonight, and other nights he might have 7 or 8 assists.
Seth.
Yeah, Eric, you switched JT Note over at half to the red team. Did you see from him what you wanted to see? You said you wanted to see some stuff from the red team when putting him with those guys.
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to try to balance the scoring out to start the game. That's why he started off on White, but he actually went 1 of 5 when he was with that group. There's so many little things that the general fan doesn't see. Like he went 1 of 5 because he wasn't getting the ball delivered right. And then he went on that other team and the ball was delivered in his shooting pocket and the floor was spaced out. And so there's a lot of little things that go into this, and then we could run some different sets with JD, with the red team, just based on personnel. And, so I think that, certainly, and I think we might have, and you guys might have, I think I actually switched him at one point because Tate got hit and had a little bit of blood, and we didn't really have a point guard on that other. So that was why I think I switched Desi and JD maybe in that second quarter, if I recall correctly.
Curtis.
Hey, Coach, Desi quietly had a really nice game tonight. What did you see from him? And then maybe how have you seen his game evolve overall the last few months?
Yeah, I thought that Desi did a good job of going to the basket. Tonight he attacked the rim like we saw last year. He did a good job converting from the foul line. I mean, he didn't, I think he made 2 threes, which is not a lot for him. We got to continue to work with Desi defensively. Last year that was a point of emphasis. And we need to see a little more growth from him from a defensive standpoint, both as a team defender and as an individual defender. Because as a group, we just gave up way too many layups. I thought KK got to the basket for White in dribble penetration, and we didn't have rim protection. So just as last year when we did not block shots, tonight I think we only had like 3 blocks, which is not enough. Then we better take some charges. And I don't know if we took any tonight. So we've got to increase our volume of protecting the rim, which was a huge problem last year. And it's through one red and white game is a huge problem as far as what I observed tonight without looking at the film yet.
Bob, you got a follow-up before we wrap it up?
Yeah, Eric, you said you didn't want to put too much into this. It was, one of many practices you're having, but I mean, I guess what do you draw from this?
Well, one, I think, just little things, Bob, that, like we went through our entire normal day. So when we ate together, some guys ate in the locker room, some guys took it home, some guys ate, in the room with me, like we're going to all eat together, social distancing. So it's good. Like it's a dress rehearsal. I think it was great for KK. It was great for Moses. It was great for Devo. It was great for all the new players to be able to play with the lights on, with the crowd, because it would have not been a great situation to go out and do that the first time when we're playing a regular season game. And, to have over 2,000 people, I don't think that any of us expected to have that many people, show up for a red and white game, when it was students only. So really good atmosphere for all of especially the 4 freshmen, but then also, for the grad transfers that had never played in this building.
Okay, Coach, thank you very much. Appreciate your time.
Thanks, Eric.